Now this Larry Hoover situation, one of the coldest reminders of how the internet really be internet. Ain't no rules on here, just vibes, lies, and viral chaos. Folks don't even care what's real. They just post, twist, and run it up. But I could have told you that when I did my Tory Lane story. And anytime street business ends up online, just know the haters got a front row seat. Larry Hoover been down 50 plus years. No drama, no scandals, just solid. But the second folks on the net started thinking he might touch down, chaos. Fake news hit the timeline talking about Trump gave him a pardon. Had folks celebrating early, it was confirmed. Whole time, cap, straight up lie. Now Trump could have cleared the feds. It don't matter. Larry still has 200 years on the state side. He not leaving that cell. But just the idea of him touching freedom, that shook the internet lames. They started digging for dirt, trying to expose a man who's been solid for 50 years. That's how it go. No scandal for decades. But the second y'all think he free, here come the hate. After all that digging, all that reaching, they finally stumbled on some old article from 1968. That was the gotcha moment. And just like that, they ran with it. One dusty headline from decades ago was all they needed to try and throw dirt on Larry Hoover's name. 1090 Jake dropped a video breaking it all down, confirming the paperwork was solid. Now he ain't the one who went hunting for it, and he didn't leak it at first, but just speaking on it, that stirred the pot. People instantly thought he was using it to get back at the GDs. This was his payback disguised as content. From where I'm sitting, that 1090 Jake video felt personal. That wasn't just content, that was a get back. It came off like a direct shot at all the GDs he got issues with. You could see it right at the jump. He opens the video with the GD crying. That set the tone off rip.
Tell him, bruh. Who free, bruh? My mother, he free. Who? Larry Hoover, he free, bruh. Yes, sir.
So boom, you out here taking real joy in exposing what you claim is Larry Hoover's paperwork. But right after he aired it out, somebody else popped up saying that 1090 Jake got it all wrong. Said that Larry ain't do no snitching. So we gonna break this whole thing down. First, we gonna get into why Jake is so confident that Larry told. Then we'll double back to one of the dudes that Larry supposedly snitched on. He's speaking out too, and he got a few things to say about all this.
Parker High School sat in the Inglewood neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. On September 4th, 1968, it was the first day of school, and it would be turned to a crime scene. Leader of the Supreme Gangsters, 18-year-old Larry Hoover, informed the police that he was standing in the school hall just outside the principal's office when two members of the East Side Disciples appeared. They were identified as 18-year-old James Highsmith and 20-year-old Leonard Longstreet, and they did not go to Parker High. Hoover told police the two walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn him," and Highsmith pulled a gun and started shooting. I got hit. Larry Hoover, the 18-year-old leader of the Supreme Gangsters that came before the Gangster Disciples' creation, flat out told the police two rival gang members entered his school and shot him.
Now, if this ain't proof the streets has always been dumb, I don't know what is. We talking about somebody who built the rule book. Come on, man. If Larry Hoover really told, personally I don't believe it, but it wouldn't shock me. Some people say it wouldn't count, but let's be real. If Larry Hoover told, the whole code is looking shaky now. Man, these rap dudes been telling since back in the 70s. Facts. But they always found a slick way to dance around it. Now the new hustle? It don't count unless it's black and white. That's a loophole they're running with now. Unless they're a signed statement or you literally caught on camera in the room saying names, they say it don't count. Whole time, they just leaning on that because enough of them got caught slipping already. Now it's, oh, police be lying. So unless it's on paper, I'm good. All right. Now I'm shocked that folks are even trying to call Larry Hoover out for snitching, especially when half the rap game has been doing it for the last 15 years. Now from my earliest memories, it's always had to be in the black and white. That's the rules in the jails and institutions. Snitching only counts if it's on paperwork or on documentation or on camera. Everything else, don't count. Wack 100 actually tracked down the dude from that 1968 article, Jimmy Highmith, the same man Larry Hoover allegedly told on. Wack sat down and did a full interview with him, and now we finally get to hear straight from the source what he got to say about whether Larry really snitched or not.
All right, so listen, let's let this be clear. I'm on the phone with some individuals from Chicago, not just individuals, but one of the individuals that was involved in this shooting that happened with Larry Hoover, where people are running around with the narrative that Larry Hoover told on these individuals. So I'm gonna let the brother speak and tell me if there's some truth to that, no truth to that. My disposition is newspaper article is not looked at as legal documents, so I've been standing against it. So I'm gonna let the brother speak, let y'all know who he is. We all see the names that was posted on the internet about the shooters, and he gonna tell us what his facts of how this situation went, what they are. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, my name is James Highsmith. I was the shooter cause it's not alleged. I did do the shooting and I did serve time in prison. But it wasn't at the behest of Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover never told me. Matter of fact, it was over 100 people in the hallway,
So according to Jimmy Highsmith, not only did Larry Hoover not snitch, he said he never even saw a statement from Larry, period. Matter of fact, he said there were some other dudes in the hallways that snitched on him, not Larry. He even broke it down further. He said Larry couldn't have told on him even if he wanted to, because Jimmy took a plea deal before anybody could take the stand. So there wasn't even a chance for Larry to testify or point fingers.
you know when everybody knew I did it. Now, I want to make that part clear. Out the gate, the shooter, Mr. James Highsmith, just said it was a bunch of people in the hallway. Larry Hoover never told on him. Let's keep it rolling. They didn't need Larry Hoover to tell. First of all, and secondly, and more importantly, is that it wasn't the whole narrative that the newspaper had and a lot of people was repeating in a lot of books never did happen like that. And as long as he wasn't with me, he was down the hallway. Did nobody tell me to burn that man? Two girls came and told me that they was coming down there to jump on me, but I could have left. But I had a pistol, so I waited for him. And that's what happened. Okay. He said the other individual that was named in the newspaper article, where they said he told James burn Larry Hoover, said that never happened. Dude was way down the hallway somewhere. He said two girls told him they called Larry and them to come jump on him. So instead of leaving, he had a pistol, so he waited on them to show up. And when they showed up, he got busy. Let's keep it going. Got you. So y'all had y'all personal issues regardless of what it was. You was a shooter. It was a bunch of people in the hallway that probably gave description or probably knew who you was or saw whatever it was they saw. But with you fighting the case, Larry Hoover was never a name that cooperated against you, is what you're saying. I'm saying that Gus, he couldn't have never cooperated with you because I already pleaded out. You know? And the paperwork is that Larry Hoover never made a statement, period. Uh-oh. Now, he further goes on to say, Larry Hoover never made a statement on him, period, and he pleaded out. Wasn't no statement there. Let's keep it rolling. Again, supporting what I thought happened, that with this whole newspaper article, they putting what they want to put in there. Remember, man, like, information to tear you down. They try to do it to me every day. If I wasn't a strong individual I was, I'd have been ran off the internet. But listen, my support system, my mental, it don't matter. Let's keep it rolling. That's what your paperwork read. Nothing. Wasn't no statement made by Larry Hoover, so it wasn't no paperwork period. Got you. Now, another thing is, because I'm going to be real, brother, because this is dangerous waters for me, but I feel like I got a platform and I've done time before.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Wack went and found Jimmy Highsmith with flash speed. I can't even figure out how he did it so quickly. But to be honest with you, even if Larry did tell, I don't care. I don't think anybody really does. And to be honest with you, in 2025, that street code is looking very one-sided. But that dude was 19, shot, and allegedly said who did it. That don't tell me anything about who Larry is now. That man is in his 70s, denounced all gang ties, called it all stupid. So what are we even talking about? At this point, Larry's moving like a civilian, so you should let it go. Now 1090 Jake, he'll definitely respond. So James Highsmith clapped back at 1090 Jake, dropped a response on Facebook, then somebody reposted it on IG, and that's where 1090 jumped back in the comments. Now Highsmith says straight up, Larry ain't snitch on me. That whole version they put out, cap. Didn't happen like that. I ain't reliving no 57-year-old story. Let it go. Then he doubled down. If Larry told the police what y'all say he did, it would have matched up. But the story don't even line up. That ain't what happened. 1090 wasn't trying to hear none of that though. He hit back with, OG Highsmith told in his 90s Fed case, post that paperwork. So yeah, they both throwing shots now. So now 1090 saying that this guy snitched, while defending Larry, who folks claim snitched too. Didn't I tell you this street ish makes no sense? But let's keep it a buck. Street dude's been telling since before the 70s. It goes back before the mafia, even before Jerusalem. Telling on somebody to go free is nothing new. They even told on Jesus. So 1090 saying that Highsmith told. I wouldn't be surprised by that. In today's climate, it's hard to find anyone who wouldn't fold on a Fed case with 50 years hanging over their head. But hey, if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see why Zion Williams just threw his career away faster than he could throw that ball. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that album because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but
Fuck that little 10. I'm maxed out.